Hi, so today I have two pens to talk about as far as first impressions that were sent to me by my benefactor to try. I have a TWSBI Mini with a couple of extra nibs and a Pilot Vanishing point. So I'm pretty excited about this because I think these are in the range of affordable pens, although for me they would be kind of high-end on the range of affordable, but these are both pens I've thought about purchasing myself, and I'm really excited to give them a try before I have to commit to purchasing anything. So thank you, benefactor, for letting me borrow these pens, and now let's see what they look like. So this was like the TWSBI box that I had seen with the 580. Check it out. Very cool. Aww. It's like a little tiny 580. How cute is that? This is definitely a small fountain pen. Check it out. It has silver accents. It has that faceted clear barrel like the 580 that I tried. Black, I guess, mechanism. You know, there's like a black, the piston is black. I suppose they all are. Oops. Silver this time, not the rose gold, but silver. And this one is equipped with an EF nib. And like I said, I have a couple others to try. Very cute. So I really like small fountain pens. Let me grab a couple. I like small pens in general, but here is a Pilot Petite and a Kaweco Ice Sport. So that's how they compare. They're all pretty much the same length. Let's see. This one has a threaded cap on the end to post. So, let's see. Normally I don't write with the cap posted. That's how it fits in my hand. Why is my camera so blurry today? That's how it's fitting in my hand. I could probably write comfortably with this. Posted. It's heavier. I don't know how I would like that, which one I would prefer. When I turn it, I don't, just initially, first impression, I don't like where the clip hits my hand. So that might be an issue. We'll have to see. What I'll do is I'm just going to film this first impressions video, and then after I've had a little bit of time with the pens, I'll give you a more complete review. But in this one, I'm just gonna tell you what I'm initially seeing and thinking, and I'll ink them up and give them a quick writing sample. Very cool. It looks a lot like the 580, just smaller. I like it. I like the size. Yeah, very nice. Excited to try this one. The other nibs that I have to try with it are a medium. This one says EF, so there's probably a different nib in here. Let's take a look. Let's see. This one isn't labeled at all. Oh wait, is that something way over on the side? I don't think so. Let me look at the note he sent with them. Extra fine, medium, and broad. Alright, now I'm kind of interested to see what's in here. So that's the medium. Oh, I see it now. I think it's going to be hard for you to see. Let me grab the loop. Sorry. I thought I was prepared. I guess not. Do you see right there on the side is a B for broad. I think you can see that. I can see it. in real life. It's kind of weird to use the loop on camera. There, I think that's a pretty good shot. So there's a broad, a medium, and an extra fine to try. And I will certainly try them all. Fantastic. But we'll try it with the EF nib first, and that's what I'll try for an initial writing sample. Next one, sorry. Next one I'm really excited about. Because I had seriously considered buying a Pilot Vanishing point for a while, but they're just pretty expensive for me. Very cool case. I like that. It's a hard case with like a leather cover on it. Looks like a nice big expensive jewelry case. So there's a guide in here, registration. Wow. And there is the pen. So this is a replacement piece, or a, not a replacement, but a different nib. So it looks like this is a, this is 18 karat. That's what it looks like. 18 karat gold. I don't know if it's solid or plated, but this is a medium nib for it. Wow. I like this. I like this one a lot. Let me put something white behind it so that you can see it. So this is the matte black vanishing point. And it looks dark and stealthy because that's exactly how it looks in real life. Here's just for comparison, a matte black Lamy Safari. And the vanishing point is actually blacker. This is grayer. Was this charcoal? No, I don't even remember. No, I think, But this is nice. This is super deep black, black accents. Really like that. Wow, that's nice. It's got like a brushed kind of finish, but it's a little smoother than a brushed metal finish. It's somewhere between brushed and glossy. Very cool. Retractable. I love retractable pens. That is like a super solid click. I like that. That's a satisfying click. And it even has a black nib. That is really nice. I wonder what size this one is. Let me see if he says in his note, because I can't see it. The lettering is covered. I think we'll see it when we fill it up. If I remember correctly, I'm going to have to take this apart to fill it. Fantastic. This is a really nice looking pen. Alright, I'm excited to try this. I like the weight of this pen. I mean, it's substantially heavier than the TWSBI. What does it feel like? Let me see if I have a pen of similar weight. Oops. Man, I thought I was all prepared and I'm not. It's kind of similar in weight to the Jinhao. And that's a heavy pen. So without the cap, it feels very similar to the Jinhao without the cap. The Jinhao's cap is really heavy, but this feels about the same. Let's see comparison with length. So if I click that out, that's not helping you. There you go. Why don't I just move my hands out of the way and lay them down, huh? So there's for comparison. Here's a comparison with a Lamy Safari unposted. It comes to about the length minus the little clicker at the end. Let's see. Looking for longer pens. Here's the Ahab. These are they're all pretty much the same size. They come to right about there on the vanishing point. So it seems to be pretty standard length. Width around this grip area. That's an interesting feel. You know, it has, you see that little step, that little groove there, but there's no real separate grip area. It's kind of slidey already in my hand. I wonder if that's how it's going to be. We'll have to try it, won't we? And these are the things I'll report back on in my second video after I've had a really good chance to give these pens a try. So let's ink them up and see. These are really nice. I really like this one. This one looks really good. And of course, I liked this one with the Raiden finish. You know, it's glossy black and then it has all of that spray of like rainbow sparkle coming from the middle, but that costs more than any pen should ever cost. Alright, got some Arc notebook paper. Let's fill up the TWSBI first because I'm familiar with how this will fill, and then we'll work on that vanishing point. So I'm going to fill it up with my syringe just because I want to actually fill the whole thing up. There's a little bit of ink in here from before. Maybe it will come out. I don't think it will be a big deal. Hopefully I won't have to write with this, you know, a little bit separated. I didn't enjoy that. In this one, I'm going to use Private Reserve Ebony Blue. I really loved Private Reserve Ebony Purple, and I haven't tried this one yet, so I'm going to give it a try. So to fill with an ink syringe, all you're going to do is stick your syringe in there and pull up, and you can see it's filling up with ink. I don't know how much will go in this TWSBI, but I doubt much more than that. And then in the TWSBI, like the other one, it's going to just fit right in that hole. And you can see the syringe going down into the pen's body, and I'm just going to fill it up. Oops. A little too much. A bit overzealous of me. So I'll have to get in there and take a little bit out. Alright. So easy to fill it with the ink syringe. Like, you don't have to get the nib dirty or anything like that. I really like that. Super simple. And then you get to use up all the ink in your, you know, in your ink vial or bottle or whatever you're using. Alright. So, I think I should just try it totally, you know, tight, because I think that's the way it should work. And we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna write with it unposted first because I don't feel like I need to post it. So let's this is with the EF nib. So we're gonna have to help it out a little bit. So I'm just gonna push just a small bit of pressure. Get some ink coming out. That's a little skewed there, the feed. Do you see that? I have to see if I can help that out a little bit. Alright, there we go. So I'm going back up with the piston because I want to write with it without leaving that gap. There we go. So, first impressions just of the EF nib. I feel it to be scratchy, and I would say scratchy not just with feedback. To me it feels scratchy, like something is scratching along the page, and this is pretty smooth paper. Has a nice fine line, and writing quickly seems to be keeping up really well. Definitely, I would say this is scratchy. This is for sure scratchy to me. But it's nice. I like it unposted. see what it's like posted. I wonder if I can screw the cap in so that I don't catch that clip on my hand. Oh, there we go. That might be a little bit better. Let's see. That's weird. Now the nib feels less scratchy. I wonder if the weight of the pen just kind of makes me hold it at a different angle, and so now it doesn't feel as scratchy. That's really bizarre. I've never really experienced something like that before. Instantly when I put the cap on, it feels less scratchy on the page. What is that about? Huh. That's an interesting phenomenon. Wow, that makes a dramatic difference. What is going on? Okay, so if you have a TWSBI Mini, I would really be interested to know if you experience something similar to what I'm experiencing, because that is wild. Less scratchy with the cap posted, scratchier with the cap not posted. I mean, it's still kind of a scratchy-ish feeling pen. There's definitely feedback, but it was scratchy. That's so weird. Alright, well, initial first impression, I like it. And I will let you know what I think about it after I've had a chance to really give it a shot and test it out. But I definitely like it. Now I'm trying to like think about and remember what I thought of the 580. Other than I thought the 580 was just beautiful. The rose gold and like the black lacquered, you know, accents. I didn't leave the gap here, and it still seemed to write pretty well. We'll have to see. I'll get back to you on this. So now let's try. Oh, and while I'm at it, let's talk about Private Reserve Ebony Blue. I think it's kind of showing up pretty well on here with the lighting that I have. It's definitely, to me this actually looks like a navy. This reminds me a lot of Noodler's Navy, to be honest with you. I don't know if you can see that color. Of course, you're not going to see a whole lot of shading with an EF nib, but you can a little bit there with the P and the B, the top of the B, top of the P. But this is actually really pretty. This would be an everyday kind of ink that you could use at work. It just looks like a navy colored ink. So it's pretty. Not as exciting as the ebony purple, but, you know, blue may not be as exciting as purple. But it does look a lot like Noodler's Navy. So if for some reason you couldn't get Noodler's, it looks similar. So, look at how black that is. It's like so stealthy. Everything about it. Really like that. So I'm going to fill this up, and I'm going to look at the directions really quick just to make sure. Okay, so vanishing point instructions are here. Filling with ink. With the nib retracted, unscrew body, pull out inner pipe from pin head. Using a cartridge, we'll have to see what's in there. You just pull it out and put a new cartridge in. I don't think there's a cartridge. She sent a converter. Using a converter, unscrew the neck from the pen barrel and insert the open end of the converter. Dip the pen in ink up to the hole in the nib. Be careful not to jam the nib point into the bottom of the ink bottle. Twist the black converter. Screw top clockwise 3 or 4 times to fill the converter ink reservoir. Then wipe it off. Okay. So, I have just a little vial, so that's what I'm going to be using. So let's give it a go. So I'm just going to unscrew. So it's got a little marker there so that it fits correctly in. Let's see what size nib this is. You might be able to see this. It's an F nib. It's black. Looks really nice. Okay, so for this one, I've picked Pelikan Edelstein Sapphire. So I'm just going to put the nib in, and it looks like, if I look at the underside, do you see that little hole right there by my thumb? Right there? That's where the ink is going to go into the pen. So I've got to at least dip the pen nib that far down. That's going to be a challenge with this little vial. So I'm going to have to do some tipping here, and hopefully that will work. I apologize ahead of time if you can't see some of this, because I'm really going to focus here on getting that ink up in the pen. Okay, so there's a little tiny window here, right here. I didn't see anything come up. Let's give it another try. There we go. Nice. Okay. So probably if I had a bottle of ink, that wouldn't be as tough. Just wipe off the excess. Okay. Definitely gonna put the cap on this ink. I've already had some spills in the past, don't need them anymore. Learned my lesson. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this back in the pen, fit that into the slot. Here's the other half of the pen. And then I guess I just screw it right on there. You have to really push it down in there. Alright, so it's already out. I just want to make sure it's actually in there correctly. Okay, so here's a clip right by where my fingers would go, but interesting, this clip. Do you see this little divot right here? I wonder if they did that so your finger would fit right there. We'll see. I think that's where my finger's gonna kind of sit. That's exactly where my finger sits. Interesting. So this is the F nib. Ooh. Now that's a smooth nib. Okay, let's do just some quick writing here. What is this called? Sapphire. That's weird feeling. That's interesting. So there's been a couple points where this nib feels a little too juicy. And I wonder if it's because I'm pushing a little harder, because I feel like I'm going to lose my grip on this pen. And I also feel like I'm not able to, I don't have a good hold on this pen. I'm writing sloppier because I don't have as much control with this pen, because it's so smooth right here, and the only thing I really have to grip is like like clenching the pen and trying to maneuver my fingertips to rest on that clip so that I can hold on to this pen. That's a weird feeling. Another pen that I have that has a weird grip, you know, it's the Lamy Sapphire that has that triangular grip that takes, you know, some real getting used to. But this is really bizarre feeling. Like, it's so smooth and it just moves around, and you're like, I'm gripping it for dear life because I feel like I'm going to lose control of this pen. But that's weird. That clip is weird. I mean, it's like the only thing I've got to hold on to. Interesting. I will definitely report back on this. I will be writing a lot with this, and so I will report back to you on how I like this pen. It's kind of like just an initial disappointment because I had really high hopes for this pen, and I may still have high hopes for this pen. I mean, I still do, but it may fulfill those high hopes. But I'm certainly glad I'm trying before buying, because I would have initially taken this out of the box and expected to be wowed, and I'm kind of, that's my impression. And it certainly keeps up. The nib has, you know, there's no skipping. The feed is definitely keeping up with the writing. It's very smooth. Nice smooth nib. Not at all scratchy, very little feedback. You know, the nib is pleasant, but and considering the pen is so heavy, I want to feel like I have a good hold on it, and I don't feel like I have that yet. So interesting. I will definitely report back to you. And in my review, I will give you some writing samples of both the F nib and the medium nib so that you can compare, as well as the TWSBI and the other nibs, the extra fine, the medium, and the broad, so that you can get an idea of what those are like. So this is the writing sample from the Vanishing Point, and also a good look at Pelikan Edelstein Sapphire. And to me, the ink going on the ink in the bottle looks gorgeous. It looks a lot more purple in the bottle than it does in real life. It just looks like to be honest with you, just a real plain blue. And it's not particularly bright. It's just kind of a plain blue. If I were to pick up a blue pen anywhere and it had blue ink in it, this is the color I would expect. So, for what it's worth, that's Pelikan Edelstein Sapphire. I definitely wouldn't buy this ink in a bottle because it's nothing special. This at least has some interest to it. This reminds me of Noodler's Aircore Blue Black. That's what that reminds me of. Not Noodler's Navy. I take that back. This is like Aircore Blue Black. That's exactly what this reminds me of. Navy is much more, has a much more blue tone to it. This is Aircore Blue Black. This is just blue. Any brand of blue. Generic blue. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I hadn't made a video in a long time, but these were coming and I knew they were, so the next video you'll see, and I'll probably do two separate ones, one on the Vanishing Point, one on the TWSBI Mini, after I've had a little bit of time to write with them. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're having a great weekend. Where I live, the weather is unbelievable. I can't even believe it's winter, and it's just phenomenal. The tourists came out for sure today, and I don't blame them because it's gorgeous. So have a great weekend, and I'll speak with you soon. Bye.